Hello guys, today we are bringing you a new drama titled Reborn Rookie. Let's start with the first episode. The episode opens with a man visiting Choiseong Sports to test drive a car. He drives it at full speed. We learn that his name is Yong Ho and he is the chairman of the Choiseong Group. The workers praise him for a job well done, but Yong Ho points out the car's flaws and orders them to be fixed. Later, he speaks to Sang-ji, his right-hand man and the executive director of the Choiseong Group, instructing him to summon all the presidents because he has an announcement to make. Meanwhile, we are introduced to our protagonist, Jun Hyun, a football player. He arrives at the field and begins practicing. In the next scene, he is seen playing a match with his team, catching the attention of the Choiseong representatives. They hold a meeting with him, explaining that they have been observing him for the past month and want him to join Choiseong and play for them. They finalize a contract worth 500 million won. Jun Hyun is overjoyed because he is set to play in the first division, although his ultimate dream is to play in the Premier League. Elsewhere, we see Yong Ho arriving for a meeting where he meets his children, his daughter, Jae Gong, and his son, Jae Sung. Yong Ho reminisces about the hard work he put in to elevate the company into the top 10, but states that he now intends to announce his successor soon. He tells his children to do whatever they can within the next month, promising to evaluate their performance. The one who demonstrates the best work will be named his successor. Yong Ho had left, but the two siblings arrived together. They discuss their past achievements, leading to an argument about who is better. While one claims to be superior, the other, the brother, insists he is better, citing his status as the older sibling. However, the sister tells him to stop talking nonsense, pointing out that he was born only 50 seconds earlier. In the next scene, the siblings are seen coordinating with their teams and getting to work, aiming to impress their father. Meanwhile, Yong Ho is in his office speaking with Sang-ji, asking if he is truly set on this course of action. Yong Ho insists he must proceed, as he cannot continue leading them indefinitely. Later, he heads out, and although Sang-ji wants to join him, Yong Ho refuses. Sang-ji makes a call to check if a specific task he had requested has been completed, and the person on the other end confirms it has. Next, we see Yong Ho returning home to his family, including his second wife, Son-hee. The siblings also begin discussing the matter of succession. Son-hee asks Yong Ho if he really intends to go through with it, noting that she was unaware of the plan and questioning the rush. However, Sang-ji argues that since their father has worked for so long, he should retire and enjoy traveling with her. Just then, Sang-jae arrives. When the family asks why he is there, he explains that the chairman summoned him to test a car that has been fitted with a new battery. The chairman subsequently leaves with him. In the following scene, the two are in the garage, where Sang-jae presents files regarding sales funds, revealing to the chairman the wrongdoing his children have been involved in. "They have stolen my money." The chairman asks, "Why are you telling me this so late?" Sang-jae apologizes, saying, "Please forgive me, I wanted to be absolutely certain, so I verified it twice." Later, the two of them go out together. Manager Young, who is nearby, watches them leave and makes a call to report that the chairman has stepped out. Just then, we see Jae Sung arrive in the chairman's car and begin checking the dashcam footage. Jae Gong arrives at the same time. Jae Sung asks her, "Did you steal the sales funds too?" She admits to it. They then watch the footage. Later, they see the chairman, who wasn't feeling well, returning to the garage. Realizing the chairman is coming, Jae Sung secretly drives the car out. Moments later, the chairman arrives and finds the car missing. He asks Young where the car has gone. Young replies, "It seemed to have a malfunction, so I sent it away." The chairman believes him. We then see the siblings on the road, checking the dashcam footage. Meanwhile, we see Jun Hyun crossing the road while talking to his grandmother, Ok-soon, who is in the hospital suffering from dementia. At first, Ok-soon doesn't recognize him, but she does once Jun Hyun shows her his uniform and identifies himself as a football player. Jun Hyun tells her, "I signed a contract with Choi's FC today, I'll be playing in the Premier League soon." The siblings are heading in that direction. Their focus is on the dashcam footage. That is how Jun Hyun's accident occurs. Initially, they see Jun Hyun via the side mirrors and are terrified. Instead of helping him, they flee the scene in their car. Jun Hyun is taken to the hospital. The siblings make calls to everyone involved and destroy all evidence, including the dashcam footage. Later, back at the office, they discuss whether their father has found out about the sales funds. Yong Ho goes to drive his car but notices a scratch on the front. He asks Young about it. Young drops to his knees and begs for forgiveness, explaining that Jae Gong and Jae Shing had taken the car out, and the accident happened after a cat ran in front of it. They had ordered him to keep quiet. Young Ho later checks the dashcam footage, but it contains nothing. Jun Hyun regains consciousness and tries to move his legs but is unable to do so. He asks the doctor about his condition, and the doctor informs him that he will never be able to play sports again. Jun Hyun weeps and pleads, begging the doctor to fix him, explaining that his grandmother dreams of him becoming a professional player in the first league. However, nothing can be done. Meanwhile, Sang Jae speaks to Young Ho, pointing out that his children have stolen money and asking what he intends to do about it. Young Ho states that he does not want the matter to go public and needs to bury it forever, noting that they had even checked his dashcam footage. Sang Jae remarks that they are terrible people and that Young Ho should not give them another chance. However, Young Ho says he cannot expose them, as doing so would ruin his reputation. He uses a key to open his locker, revealing a stash of cash and gold. He retrieves some files and hands them to Sang Jae, explaining that the real estate was intended for his wife but should now be sold off. Meanwhile, we see Jun Hyun trying to walk but initially failing to do so. We then see Son Hee calling her daughter, Bang Gyul, who is in America. She informs her that her father is about to choose a successor, likely one of her step-siblings, and urges her to return and win their favor so she can secure a share of the inheritance. Bang Gyul shouts in protest, reminding her mother that she was forced to move there against her will in the first place and refuses to be summoned back now. She wants nothing to do with it. Later, Jun Hyun is asleep when he recalls the accident. He remembers seeing the car's license plate but couldn't make out the details clearly. He searches for it online and visits the police station to report the number, but nothing comes of it because the number turns out to be incorrect. The police officer messages Gong, stating that the victim has no evidence. Gong calls her brother to confirm she has done her part and asks about the situation with Choice Apps, inquiring if everything is proceeding smoothly. Meanwhile, Jun Hyun confronts manager Jae-won, demanding to know why his contract with Choice Apps was cancelled and why he was fined. He pleads for another chance, but Jae-won tells him there is nothing he can do. These are orders from the top. In the next scene, we see Jun Hyun protesting alone, but he is unable to achieve anything. Just then, his aunt calls him. Jun Hyun breaks down in tears and says, "Please forgive me, there's nothing I can do now." This is the same aunt who is looking after OK's son. Jun Hyun mentions that he doesn't have any evidence, but his aunt asks, "What are you talking about? I sent you that video earlier, didn't you see it?" Jun Hyun later realizes that the entire interaction had been recorded during their video call. The car's license plate was clearly visible. He goes to a cafe and looks up the number, discovering that the car belongs to Yong Ho, the chairman of Choiseong Group. In the next scene, he arrives at the company with a delivery, stating it is for the chairman. Upon opening it, the chairman finds photos of his own car. Jun Hyun waits outside until employees approach him, saying the chairman wants to meet him. In the following scene, they face each other. Jun Hyun explains what happened, how he had dreamed of playing in the Premier League but couldn't because of the chairman. He shows the video of the car hitting him. Young Ho asks, "So what? How much money do you want?" Jun Hyun replies, "I thought you would start by saying sorry," but Young Ho retorts, "My apologies begin with money." Jun Hyun speaks of how hard he had worked and the sweat he had poured onto the field, threatening to sue. However, Young Ho dismisses him, saying, "You won't be able to do anything, because everything is in my hands." He hands over a check and says, "I want to see what your blood, sweat, and tears are worth. You can write whatever amount you want on this." Young Ho is informed that the chairman is arriving. Later, he is sent away. On his way out, he crosses paths with the two siblings, though they fail to recognize him. The siblings go to see their father. Young Ho confronts them about what they have done. Gong drops to her knees, insisting she did nothing and claiming he was the one driving at the time. Jae-seong also starts making excuses. However, Yong Ho declares that neither of them can become the successor. He tells them they aren't even fit to be chairman and announces that he will strip them of their positions. We see Jun Hyun, who had been waiting outside. He makes a video call to Oh Soon but becomes emotional because she keeps talking about playing together. Just then, an announcement is made that the chairman is holding a board meeting. He starts heading upstairs. Gong and Seong also rush toward the chairman. Suddenly, however, he accidentally falls onto his father. As Yong Ho falls, Jun Hyun, who is right there, collides with him, and both of them tumble down. In the next scene, Jun Hyun is in the hospital. He realizes his legs are working perfectly and wonders how this happened. He starts to leave but catches his reflection in a mirror and realizes he has become Jun Hyun, meaning his soul has entered the other man's body. Shocked, he screams, asking why it had to be him, wondering why it couldn't have been someone else. Meanwhile, we see Yong Ho in a coma, with Jun Hyun's soul now inhabiting his body. Se-yeon comes to visit and asks about his condition. The doctor is Gong's husband, Sok-do. Seon asks, "What are you doing here? You should be at home right now." Sang-jae approaches her and says, "Don't worry, the chairman will be fine." They look outside the room where people are discussing Yonggo. Just then, Jun Hyun arrives nearby and observes the scene. A news report appears, revealing that Yonggo is implicated in a hit-and-run incident involving a young man named Jun Hyun. Sang-jae instructs his secretary to secure the victim as quickly as possible. The siblings are asked about the truth. Did the chairman really do this? They explain that they had visited the chairman before the board meeting, and he had admitted to the act. Jun Hyun, who is standing nearby, witnesses this and is furious. He shouts at them. He rushes over and opens the door. Seon is sitting beside Yonggo. Jun Hyun shouts, demanding his soul back, and runs toward Yonggo. Suddenly, he experiences a sharp pain in his head. Yonggo undergoes a similar reaction, and the medical monitors start beeping, indicating he is out of danger. Seon is left in shock at this sight. With this, the first episode concludes. So guys, we'll see you in episode 2. Until then, bye bye.